Jaana Nadiyal Sador update on Thursday 22 April episode 301, 302 on Adom TV. The episode starts with Ravish calling out Vividha. She comes. He holds her hand and asks, "Are you fine?" She looks at him. He leaves her hand. She says, "I am fine." He asks, "Did you see anyone in room?" She says, "No." He gets cigarette smell and gets the burning cigarette. He picks it. He says, "Someone has come here. It's morning, Yuma and Guddy do puja." Yuma tells Guddy that Dottie gave me grass yesterday and went. Guddy says Dottie was with me and did not come out. The man comes and says, "This is your medicines." Yuma says, "We did not order medicines." The man says, "This was the address, I did not do any mistake." Yuma pays the man. Guddy asks, "Why did you pay the man when this is not our packet?" Yuma asks her to go after the guy and find out from which chemist shop he has come and who ordered medicines. Yuma checks medicines. Ravish talks to Suman. Suman says, "Your mousy phone is not connection." Ravish says her landline is not working, "She called me from neighbor and insisted us to come in puja." Suman says, "It would be good if you both came along." Ravish says, "I need to be with Vividha, she needs rest, Sitaram will drop you." He gets a call about urgent meeting and says, "Fine, I will reach." He says, "I am sorry, I have a meeting and have to go." Suman says Vividha will be alone. Ravish says it's matter of 2 hours. Vividha says, "I will manage." Bhumi tells Vipul does not want to come with us. Vipul says, "I have to make him presentation." Kalindi says let him stay back home. Daddy G says, "Vipul, you should come with us, it won't look good." Vipul agrees. They leave. Vipul stares at Vividha and leaves in the car. Yuma sees the medicine packet gone. Guddy comes back and says the chemist said he does not remember the person who ordered the medicines. Yuma says let it be, the person took the medicines. They wonder who took the medicine packet. Someone is shown healing the wounds by the medicines and tying bandages to his face again. Vividha is in hall. She asks who is there. She feels like someone is watching her. Sitaram drives the car. The car stops. Daddy G asks what happened. Sitaram says there is some problem and checks car. He says, "I have to find mechanic, you all sit here, it could take some time, I will go and see mechanic." He goes. Vipul says, "I will try to arrange some food, I will see where can I find shop here." He goes. Someone knocks the door. Vividha thinks who is knocking door this way. She takes a vase to it and opens the door. She sees a courier boy. She signs and takes the box. She shuts door. She goes to Atharv. Sujata asks Atharv to have medicines. He refuses. Vividha comes and asks him to have medicines, then she will feed him food. He takes medicines and asks him to have food. He runs out. Vividha runs after her and the door gets locked. Sujata gets locked in room and knocks. Atharv runs and asks Vividha to find him. Vividha asks him to listen. He says, "I am here, find me." She asks, "Where are you?" Fake Atharv comes and holds her. She says, "You should not roam like this in house for some days, come to room now." He stops her and holds her hand. He pushes her on the sofa. She sees mark on his right hand and thinks of the incident. She says burn mark is on the right hand and cries. He removes the makeup and shows the burn mark. She thinks Vipul has shown his left hand. She says, "Don, come close, I know who you are." She says, "Please help me, Ravish." He turns and looks. He checks her hair and gets Bluetooth. She recalls Ravish plans to send everyone and then he will make excuse of meeting, this plan is to catch that man. Ravish promises that he will not let anything happen to her. He hears Ravish connected to the call. Ravish asks Vividha is she listening. FB shows Ravish telling Vividha that he is close and asks her not to worry. She asks Ravish to please come fast. The man throws the Bluetooth and says no one will come to save you, it's just you and your Atharv today. She says I know who you are, "You're not my Atharv, where are you Atharv?" Atharv is seen lying unconscious on the ground. Fake Atharv smiles and gets close to Vividha. Ravish runs on the road. The episode starts with Bhumi saying, "Where did Vipul go?" Suman gets call from Mausi home and says, "Car stopped, we are on the way and coming in puja." "What? There is no puja, but you told Ravish about puja." She tells this to Kalindi and wonders why would Ravish lie. Fake Atharv gets close to Vividha. He steps on her sari. Ravish comes running. Suman calls Ravish and says, "Come here, car got damaged, Sitaram went to get mechanic." He asks her to make him talk to Vipul. She says he went somewhere to get food. He says Vipul and runs inside the house. Vividha pushes the man and tries to get away. He catches her and says, "I am bearing your misbehavior, you are very weak." She recalls Atharv encouraging words for not bearing any misbehavior, "No woman is weak." She pulls his head and hits his head with a coconut, kept in Kailash. She runs from there. Ravish reaches the house and finds door locked. He knocks the door. The man Fake Atharv looks for Vividha. He sees her and whistles. Ravish tries to break the door. The man catches Vividha and holds her. She angrily hits on his head and sees his mask getting off. Atharv gets conscious. Vividha asks him to stay there and not come close. Ravish comes inside the door. Vividha says, "Ravish, he is the one." Ravish comes and pushes Atharv. Atharv asks, "Why are you beating me, what did I do?" Vividha realizes he is real Atharv and stops Ravish, saying it's not him. The man looks at them from far. Yuma calls Vividha and says, "Why is she not answering? I had to ask her about Atharv." She hears sound and says, "Did Guddy come back from school?" "She did not tell me." She calls out Guddy to change clothes and come for having food. Guddy calls Yuma and says, "I have extra classes, I will be late." Yuma thinks if Guddy is in school, who is there? Atharv says, "We are playing hide and seek, who beats in this game, are you mad?" Ravish asks, "Where is he?" Atharv asks Ravish to play with him. Vividha says, "No, let Ravish go, he has work." Yuma thinks who is upstairs. She calls out Ankit and Donnie. She sees the room door open and goes to see. She asks, "Is anyone there?" and picks the fallen cushion. She gets shocked seeing the room messed up and says, "Who could be the person?" Someone is standing behind her. Atharv says, "We will play." Vividha says, "No, let Ravish go." The man looks at them and leaves. Sujata comes and asks Atharv, "Where did you go?" Ravish says, "Take him to room, I will find that man." Sujata and Vividha ask Atharv to come to room. Atharv says, "I have to play with you, else I will play with them." They all turn and get shocked seeing Suman and everyone. Suman, Daddy G, Kalindi and everyone get shocked seeing Sujata and Atharv. Suman recalls her fears that Sujata will come to get her rights after Ramakat death. Suman says, "Sujata." Kalindi says, "I think he is Atharv, Ramakant and Sujata's son." Ravish looks on worried. Atharv tells Sujata that this mummy is of Captain Saab, this is Daddy G. Daddy G recalls hearing him in kitchen. Atharv says she is Bua, she is very bad. Everyone stare at Atharv. Atharv says Bhumi is chameleon, she is good and bad, she stays with Bua. He says this is brother Vipul, he is also bad, this girl is good, she is Ravish's sister. He tells everything he has seen in the house. Suman asks how does he know all this, who told him? Vividha cries. Atharv says I have seen it myself. Kalindi says you are saying as if you stay here. He says yes, I stay with you all. They get shocked. Atharv says I stay here and go to everyone rooms. Suman and Aditi cry. Suman asks do you stay here, what is happening, since when? Ravish says since a month. Suman gets shocked. Kalindi says it means when you got married, since then. Suman says they're in my house since 1 month, you knew it Ravish. Ravish nods. Suman cries. She asks who got them here. Atharv says he got us, Captain got us here. Suman gets angry. Precap: Suman slaps Ravish and says this is that woman because of whom our family did not complete. Suman scolds Sujata and says you snatched my husband, and now you want to snatch my son. I won't let you snatch my Ravish. She aims gun at Sujata. Everyone gets shocked.